Why is it that when I attend a law class, I basically am very sure about everything? I can write my answers, but when I go back home and I just decide that now is the time to start studying, I just don't know where to start or what should I do. I think it's a confusion for all of us. Hello, everyone. This is Natika Bichawat, and today we are going to discuss how to study a theory paper. How I should study theory paper. Before I tell you or I teach you how to study the theory paper, what is the most important thing is that you should be conceptually very clear. Before you start studying the subject, your conceptual clarity is the most important. So, before you start to study, your clarity on that topic should be there. Once that is there, then comes the study part. Take your material. It could be your ICI material, it could be your Yashas material that we use, that is the book that is given by Yashas, that material, or it could be the notes that we have written in the class, whatever you're comfortable, whatever you're reading with, read it from that. Now, please understand, there are two things when we read it. You just read it, you observe what you read. Just reading isn't enough. You need to observe what you're reading. That is, you're 100%. One is you're just reading it on the very superficial level, just read the words, nothing is registering here. That doesn't help. So, when you read it, you should read it in between, in depth, understanding everything that is written there. Remember, I have always told this in the class also. The more you read, the better you will remember. You sit to by heart, you may not remember. You read it multiple times, you will remember it much better. So, what is very important once you've got the clarity on the subject is reading. Do multiple readings. While you are reading, don't just read. You know how important. I always tell you, keep marking. You don't have to keep it clean to gift it to someone else. The book is to be yours. The book should be like literally, you should be familiar with each and every part of the book. You are familiar only when you have read it, you have marked it. So that is the kind of familiarity that I want from you once you have read it ample number of times. So whenever you're reading, keep a pen or a pencil with you, totally your choice. Keep marking the keywords. Don't mark everything, right? That's like not good. Don't mark everything, but just mark. Okay, I think there is some problem with my no, it's working now. So but do keep marking with a pen, a different color pen, a highlighter, anything, the keywords. Because what happens when you're just revising before the exam, you just have to look at the keywords and the whole thing comes back to you in a flash. So keep marking the keywords. You need to see, understand, if you've even written the notes in the class, you will see our notes are almost 200 plus pages. Just the day before the exam, it's not possible for us to read everything. So while you are done with one or two readings, summarize them, prepare summarized notes. So basically, one page of written note would be equal to this much of summarized notes. Prepare summarized notes for the same, just emphasizing or just writing out the key words that you need to remember or you need to revise just the day before the exam. You cannot learn everything, right? Like if you remember, I told you rules of offer, rules of acceptance, rules of consideration, just remember the heading. The explanation has to be in your own words. To write the explanation, you need to read it multiple times, but what you need to remember is the heading of the rules. So prepare those summarized notes for the same. In fact, we have also given you summarized revision notes. You can refer to them also. But please, tomorrow is my exam, and today I take it out to refer to them. Not done. The reference to the summary notes should be before the exams, long before the exams. It should be a familiar ground for you when you just go to revise the day before the exam. So, if you are preparing your own summary notes, fine. If you're using my summary notes, our summary notes that we are giving, you should use it right now at the second reading. Don't wait till the day before the exam. Now I will go through it. No, it should be familiar. It should be very much, it should be like, it is like, it better than the back of your hand, like that. So you either prepare. So first thing was your clarity is important. Read, mark, summarized notes. Now, just, where we lack When we read things in our mind, we don't register them that much. And that is the reason I still remember my nursery rhyme, because the teacher made me recite it. But I don't remember anything I studied in class 8, 9, 10, because we were too old to actually speak out loud anything. So, whenever you are studying, try to speak out loudly the important parts. Try to speak out loudly, because when you speak out loud, the information that you are giving to your mind is retained, registered in the subconscious mind. So, just blank reading in your mind wouldn't help. Speak out loud some of the keywords also. Now, reading, just reading, you will retain it only for a few days. Revision is very important. So, when should I revise? The first revision should be done the moment you are done studying. The first revision should be done the moment you are done studying. So, once you have, let's say today you have read the topic, let's say you have read the topic implied conditions, or let's say you have read the topic rules, or rules of offer, or let's say you have read the topic free consent. Close the book and try to recall, and try to see how many points you are able to recall. The next day, when you move on to the next topic, before you go to the next topic, recall what we have done yesterday, right? This is cumulative studying. And the more cumulative studying you do, the more you will retain the information. And make sure 6 days a week you study, but one day a week you do a recap of whatever you have studied throughout the week. So basically, you should be very clear with your clarity, should be there with the concepts. You should read it, read a lot many times. Keep marking the keywords, prepare summarized notes, do recalling, a revision of whatever you have done, cumulative studying. You know, in my class also, how much emphasis I have always laid down on writing everything, right? You have every day of the class, literally 70 to 80% of the class sessions, we have made sure that at least we have written a few answers here and there. Writing is very important. I'm not saying write everything, but when you are doing a topic, there are some topics which are like, very common, favorite of the institute. You can just take out, 10 minutes after you are done studying it, that let's write this answer. So in between, you should also emphasize a lot on writing, because it what happens is, along with knowing things, your writing capacity and your speed also matters, because in the exam we have to write the paper, and we do have a time constraint there. So please try to write your answers. That's very important. Please try to write a few answers here and there. Don't emphasize on your time in the beginning. The first thing that you need to focus is on writing a good answer. Once you have achieved the target of writing a good answer, then start timing yourself and keep reducing the time so that you write efficiently in less time. So this is, please follow all this process, and it's not just for law, any theory paper for that matter. If you follow this process, you will be able to recall it for a much longer period of time. And the most important thing is your time. Don't spend 5 hours trying to read theory. No. For that matter, don't spend 5 6 hours just learning that same subject. You will get bored. You have heard about diminishing marginal utility, right? The law of diminishing marginal utility. We all have heard that will happen. Keep a slot of 1.5 2 hours at a time, because that is the maximum that you can study, especially a theory paper at a time. After you're done with that, take a break, take up another subject. You want to change subject, take up another subject. You just want a break, simply take some time break, and then again go back to the subject. So this is also very important. I hope this discussion on how you should be studying will help you. I hope you will adopt this, all of this. I hope it helps you in studying for your subject. All the best, and keep studying. Thank you so much.